So we just arrived here in Chios from Cesme. So there was enough an hour ferry ride. We had a little rainstorm during the ride. Backpacks are a little wet. Now we ended up on the other side of the port, so we have to walk all the way to the city center and then find our apartment for tonight. And now here in Chios, coming from Greece, coming from Turkey, from Çeşme, we have to go through passport control, which was pretty fast because there weren't so many people. So far it's cool. So folks, this is our apartment here in Chios, called Mastic Point Studios. I'm gonna put the link in the description below if I remember. This is the apartment. Stacy is there checking our accounts and balances. There's a little table here, stove with 2 burners, sink, bed. I think it's all one big room, and then this little hallway that goes back to the bathroom. Nice shower. The guy was friendly. Internet Wi-Fi works well, which is good. Seemed like decently fast. There's a nice painting there. Heat works. We don't know about AC because it's end of April. It's still a little bit cold. How much did we pay, Stacy?
127.
We paid 127 for euros for 3 nights, but tomorrow night we have to leave early because we have a ferry to go to Athens, and we thought there were ferries on Saturday, but it turned out they're not, so pretty much we're like losing 1 night, but we're still here up until maybe 7 p.m., so it's okay. So if you're here in Chios, you want to check this out. It's called Mastic Point Studios. So this is the bus station in Chios if you have to go to Mesta, green bus station. There's like a coffee shop kind of thing, lockers, but I think they don't work, they're out of order, but the people, they seem like nice and helpful, and even the lady behind the counter, she spoke some English, which is cool. And so we're trying to see if we can get a bus from Chios to Mesta today, and we'll see. So we are here in Chios, in Greece. It's like the island opposite the western coast of Turkey. We are taking a walk here around in some of these back streets or alleys behind the port. We found this organic shop, and Stacy, obviously, she's asking for vegan cookies and stuff. And the city seems like the typical port village, sea village, fisherman village, whatever. In fact, there's like a fish vendors in front of me. It's a pretty touristy area, especially during the summer, because I think there's a lot of people who come and go from Turkey and the islands of Turkey. In fact, we've seen even like menus in Turkish, Greek and English outside of some restaurants, so there's definitely some Turkish tourists coming here. I mean, so far it looks more like on a workers' island, so to speak, compared to Cesme that look like more wealthy and affluent, but it's still interesting. I mean, if you like to travel, if you like this kind of environment, just come and check it out. So here in Chios, I think this is the mosques that was built during Byzantine times, and as you can see, if you come here, you want to visit, these are the visiting hours and how much you have to pay. Today we won't have time to do it, and so we're still here in Chios. We bought some vegan cake from a place called
Umami.
Umami. I think they opened this year. they're not only vegans, but they had vegan options, and the guy spoke English, so, and he was like friendly, so that's cool. So if you're here in Chios and you're checking some vegan and vegetarian options, you can check this Umami Deli. Maybe you can find it on Google. I can put the link if I find it. And this is like Chios. And so we were talking to this guy from the Umami Deli, and he told us that actually Chios is not that much touristy like other islands like Mykonos or Santorini, like we said before. He said that the population like doubles in the summer, but not like 10 times as much as other islands. So he said that it's still pretty manageable and it's not super crowded, and maybe it's like a little cheaper than other islands, but still I've seen there's like daily or almost daily routes with Çeşme on the other side in Turkey. So I believe there's some Turks that come here even for like a day visit or something, because the ferry is only like 30 minutes long ride. And so yes, I mean, it looks like a little more run down than other islands, but still, like I said, probably it's more like a local island, more working class people, fishermen. There's like the mosque in front of us, but still, maybe still like a decent sized island. I think it's like the 5th largest island in Greece. So if you have a car, you can like drive around and explore. And we don't have a car this time, so we're just going around by by foot or with buses or ferries, and so we'll see how the rest of the islands look like. Today probably going to Mesta, and we'll see how it looks like. So this one looks like the castle here in Chios, and we don't know much about it. Could have been built by the Genoese families back in the centuries. I don't know if we can get in, but still we have a bus to go to Mesta like in half an hour, so I don't know if we're gonna have time today. But yeah, this is how it looks from the outside. I think they're like trimming weeds, whatnot, weed whacking, stuff like that. So this is the entrance. It's a huge door. As you can see, this is what it said, something in Greek that I have no clue. It's just like the European flag, so there must be something funded by the European Union or something. And this is how it looks inside. Walk in here. I'll go back to see if Stacy knows that I'm inside, because I don't know if she saw me. Some more weed whacking. Yeah, I guess she's outside there. Maybe she's making the same video that I'm making, which is cool. So double the amount of work for half of the money. That's how it works. At least it's cool that you can get in and you didn't see an entrance fee. I don't know exactly how it looks like, what's inside, what's the story. Yeah, we didn't have that much time to research beforehand, but so far we didn't pay anything. The door was open, there was a couple of people there, didn't say anything, so imagine we can just get in. And it looks like people live inside here, so probably this is a sort of a castle inside an old neighborhood now. So it's all written in Greek, so I'm not sure. I mean, it's like this cobblestone street here. It looks pretty old, but I don't know how much old. How old? Yeah, and here opens in this little square. So I think it's a pretty touristy spot. I don't see many tourists around or travelers. I guess it's still like early in the morning at the end of April, but yeah, there's some like shops here. This is a restaurant. It's a pretty cool spot, a pretty cool like square. It opens like this in a square. Art gallery in front of me, a restaurant. Cat, always present here in Greece and Turkey. And so this is how it looks like here. So there's another coffee shop here, and then I guess ends there, because then it's like the paved road starts again, and it looks like there's just like houses, like local houses. So I guess that's what the historical part ends. So it was pretty small, but it's still interesting. This is the original castle. Don't know much about that, but it's still cool just to wander around and explore. So we're here inside the old castle in Chios. We stumble upon this. It looks like a cemetery or something, and it's all written in, I believe, Arabic, unless it's Persian, I'm not sure. And some like, floral design. I don't know if it's like a Muslim cemetery, mausoleum or something. I couldn't find an explanation, but it's really peculiar because it just like came out of nowhere inside, this little square in the old castle of Chios. So maybe you know what it is and you can let us know. And so we stumbled upon this place that looks like a bar or a coffee shop or restaurant. And Stacy noticed there was no roof. So probably they just like, covered that part with a tarp or something, and then they like turned it into this little coffee shop or restaurant without fixing it. There's even no windows, and they put some like ropes or I don't know stuff in there. And it's a nice creative idea if you want to buy something that's like dilapidated and you don't want to fix it. I have no idea what kind of permits that they have to do this, but this is the other side. You can see there's like a counter behind there, like chairs. This is like the tarp with some like wooden beams that they put to keep it in place. So it's interesting here in Chios in Greece. Okay, so we came from this way, in this super tiny alley named Nicodemo Navarcho, or how do you pronounce it? And then we stumble upon this that apparently is like a Turkish bath, and I guess it's free to get in, and it's closed on Tuesday. So today is Friday, so we can get in and see how it looks like. Looks interesting. And so this building just like, came out of nowhere because we were just coming from there, and this area here in front of me that just look like, some old houses or other newer houses, but looked like they were just locals living there. This wasn't super touristy. It was like 5 minutes away from the square, but still this looked a little bit outside, and it wasn't really connected to the other wall, but I guess this was still part of the old castle perimeter of the castle maybe. And so we just go in and check out this Turkish bath and see how it looks inside. Okay, so inside was interesting. Hope you can get something from what I filmed, but there was a lady who was like following us around, so that was kind of creepy. I don't know why. I don't know if they think that people can steal, like, you know, slabs of, you know, made of marble that, you know, weigh a ton, but I have no idea.
It's for graffiti reasons.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe some people do weird stuff, like, you know, they chip off pieces of rocks or stones, or who knows, but yeah, it would have been more interesting without like a person following you, like they're like creeping up on you, but it's okay.
And plus there was no English explanation of what anything was.
Yeah, but it was still interesting. I mean, it's interesting to see how it was built and the energy inside, like, you know, the echo and the sound of the wind, because today is windy, like it looks like every day is windy here, so I was saying probably this lady was waiting for this group, so maybe that's why she was like following us around. Who knows, maybe she was like waiting for them, so we had to get out, who knows. But and then Stacy noticed that next to the Umami here there's this like garden that's pretty like abandoned, littered, and bags everywhere. So next to the Turkish bath there's like a Greek dumpster, but I mean, it's okay. It's just like funny to see these things sometimes. And I guess the rooster agrees. We came from this way when the Turkish bath was. You can see the dome from there. And we found this gate that was open. And some information in Greek, so we have an idea what it means. I'm not gonna try to translate it. But it's cool that it's open, so I guess as you can see pretty much the square, because we came from that way, I guess this was still like the old wall around the city, around the castle, so more correctly, and so I think like this part of the town, and there's a tower there, this part of the town kind of developed inside of what once was the original wall around the castle. And I think like the views from here are pretty cool, because as you can see the sea, and in front of me there, that could be still like Turkey or Çeşme, where we came from, but I'm not 100% sure, but it could be one of these islands that you can see in front of me. And then here where we came from, this is the part of Chios from this side. You can see some explanation in English here. So pretty much this is the cave I was talking before that I could see from a distance, and apparently, I mean, there's no explanation, and it's just like a dumpster. It's full of plastic bags and plastic bottles, cans, and
the castle, and like instead of keeping it as like some historical thing that's lasted like 1,000 years, it's just like used as a dump.
Yeah, it's used as a dump, and it's like it's pretty like overgrown grass and flowers, which are nice, but still it would be cool to know what it is. Maybe it was nothing important, who knows. But this is another side of the view, another angle. And as you can see, I mean, these walls had to be pretty strong in order to, like, you know, contain waves upon waves, like for centuries. I mean, we don't know if it's being rebuilt or not, but still it's pretty impressive what they could do in the past. And this one looks like one of those towers, just part of the castle, and it's just like standing here couple newer houses, so it's all really mixed up, which is like cool in a sort of way. And there's not much explanation down here, and I think maybe one time people could get in, but now it doesn't look like it. But this is cool. And this is from the other side, from the other angle. I guess we ended up in someone's house. There's really no explanation, but this is still like a part of the wall of the castle. It looked like more, could be like a prison or something. I don't know. There's a cat here. I don't know. I guess we're like in someone's backyard.
In any case, now we're here, we're waiting for our ferry to go from Chios to Piraeus near Athens. So Piraeus is the largest port in Greece, and so we're waiting. It's a 9-hour ferry ride, and our ferry leaves at 9:20, so we should arrive at 6 in the morning in Piraeus from Chios, and we'll see how it goes. We're just drinking coffee right now, espressos. We're on our third one. It's 1.5 each while we wait, because there's no waiting station. There's Lenny. There's really no waiting station or anywhere, so we're just sitting at a coffee shop having some coffees while we wait for the ferry. It should be here shortly, actually, hopefully soon. And then it's supposed to depart at 9:20 from this place right in front of me. Here's the gate, and then it's supposed to arrive like right behind the gate. You can see there's really no place to stand or sit or anything, so we chose to come to this coffee shop, and we're just having some coffees. Maybe too many coffees. So here we are on the ferry going from Chios to Piraeus near Athens, and this company that we're on is called Blue Ferry Lines, and compared with Anik lines that we took from Ancona to Igoumenitsa, this one seems a little bit cleaner. The bathrooms definitely seem cleaner, but nobody really explained where we had to go to find our seats. But they did have vegan options in the restaurant, so that was a plus. We usually bring our own food, but this time we boarded at 9:20, and we had eaten dinner at like 6, so we were still hungry, so we ate some leek pie or something, but it was vegan, so that was good. But here we are, we should arrive at 6:20. It was almost an hour late, so we actually got boarded and departed at around 10:20. But here we are, we'll see how it is.